1940s, the great Sugar Ray Robinson was acclaimed as pound for pound the best boxer in the world. Today, the term invented to describe Robinson's talent is the acknowledgement sought by boxing's elite.
He is the defending WBC super lightweight champion. Please welcome one of boxing's pound for pound greatest, the undefeated of Mexico, el gran campeón mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez.
Chavez's astonishing record of 80 victories with no defeats has placed him in a class by himself. While this fighter currently holds the unofficial pound for pound title, others continue to stake their claims to be the world's best.
He's the former WBA junior middleweight champion, currently the reigning WBC middleweight champion of the world, Julian "The Hawk" Jackson.
This two-time world champion is boxing's premier knockout artist. He yearns for the opportunity to unify the middleweight crown and prove he is without peer.
The Macho Man, Hector, Camacho.
Camacho made good on his boast that he would earn 3 world championships. Now he has set his sights on stealing the boxing spotlight from those considered to be boxing's best.
Macho time! Macho time! Macho time!
I don't think so. It's Hawk time.
No, macho time!
Tonight, Chavez will face another challenge to his super lightweight championship and his undefeated record. Jackson will look to register another knockout in defense of his middleweight crown. And Camacho will fight to earn the right to face Chavez in September. This evening, we present a boxing showcase from Las Vegas as the best pound-for-pound fighter defends his legendary status, and 2 other fighters look to move a step closer to that lofty plateau. Coming up live from Las Vegas, 3 bouts on this edition of Showtime Championship Boxing. With the mercury soaring to a stifling 100 degrees plus today, we are very happy to be indoors at the plush Las Vegas Hilton. We come to you from the air-conditioned 9,000-seat Hilton Center, and since its opening more than 20 years ago, this hotel has presented some of boxing's top champions, including Ali, Holmes, Hearns, and Tyson. Tonight, the tradition continues. It's a Triple Crown showdown on Showtime, featuring WBC super lightweight champion Julio Cesar Chavez with a staggering record of 80-0 with 66 knockouts. Also in the spotlight, WBC middleweight champ Julian "The Hawk" Jackson, one of the premier knockout artists in boxing today. In addition, the flamboyant 3-time world champion Hector "Macho" Camacho, 3 fighters who bring a combined record of 164-1 into tonight's card. Hello again, everybody. Steve Albert along with WBA cruiserweight champion and former IBF light heavyweight champion Bobby Ches, filling in for the fight doctor Ferdy Pacheco, who's on assignment at the Olympics. And welcome to another edition of Showtime Championship Boxing. And Bobby, let's get right to it. Get your impression of those 3 fighters in the spotlight this evening.
Well, we're showcasing 3 of top talents in boxing today and some of the best names, 2 of whom will fight very shortly next month on Showtime at the Hilton. We have Chavez, who's unbelievable, a workman, a complete fighter, pound for pound, probably the best around, and Chavez looks, I mean, he wants this very bad. On the other hand, we have Hector Camacho, who is a little more flamboyant, more antics in the ring, a southpaw, great speed, hands and feet, and probably the best fight of the night, Julian Jackson and Thomas Tate. It's got to be a good one.
Are Chavez and Camacho taking calculated risks by fighting tonight?
Well, I think every time you get in the ring, there's a calculated risk, the risk of losing, the risk of getting hurt. But certainly tonight, the risks, I think, are very limited, and I think the odds makers will agree with me.
Well, looming on the horizon, that long-awaited showdown between Chavez and Camacho on September 12th. Granted, both are victorious tonight, but it presents an intriguing situation since both fighters will be pulling for each other to win this evening. On that note, Ring Magazine's Steve Farhood caught up with Chavez and Camacho when they arrived here earlier tonight.
I'm here with Julio Cesar Chavez and his advisor and interpreter, Gladys Rosa. Gladys, can you ask Julio, he has an awful lot to lose tonight with a September 12th fight against Hector Camacho pending. And tonight he has to face Frankie Mitchell. He has an awful lot to lose.
Tienes mucho que perder esta noche si no ganas esta pelea, porque tiene la del septiembre 12 con Camacho, ¿cierto?
Sí, realmente sí es cierto, pero he trabajado fuerte para esta pelea. Estoy en gran condición y esta noche vamos a ganarle a Mitchell por cualquier vía.
He says, yes, he's in very good condition. There is a tremendous danger, of course, but he's very confident. He will be winning this fight tonight to go on to the 12th of September with Camacho.
Will he be rooting for Hector Camacho to win tonight?
¿Vas a estar apoyando a Héctor esta noche?
Sí, voy a rezar porque él gane.
He's going to pray that he wins tonight.
Pues él tiene que rezar para que yo gane.
Then he's going to have to also, Hector will have to pray that Julio wins tonight.
You know, Hector, standing out here, I feel like I'm on fire, so it's about right what you're doing. Hector, you have a fight tonight. If things go according to plan, you'll be fighting Chavez. That means you have to root for him tonight.
I'm not going to root for him. I'm not going to root for myself. This is Showtime, okay? The fight is on, okay? If I'm the best, and I think I'm the best, pound for pound, they say he's the best, we shouldn't be rooting for each other. We're going to win. This is supposed to be a tune-up, but it's not a tune-up. The guy is hot. He's fighting me. Chavez is hot. So what happens when you have, it's a fire. I'm a fireman. I'm going to turn off the fire, okay? Hey! Yo, don't jump yet. Yo, just, you missed him.
Hector, Eddie Van Kirk, not the greatest opponent in the world. Is it tempting to overlook him and look ahead to Chavez?
No, it's not tempting to look at because I'm over here. I'm in shape. I have been focusing for the Chavez fight for the past 5 years, 6 years. You know, a lot of ups and downs in my life, you know, but I'm very happy, no complaints.
So you're ready for this guy?
I am ready for this guy. He's not going nowhere. Yo, I said don't jump yet. But it's all right. It's Macho time.
All right. Thank you very much, Hector Camacho.
All right, Steve, Macho auditioning for Backdraft 2. And coming up shortly here at the Las Vegas Hilton, Hector Macho Camacho will prep for his title shot against Julio Cesar Chavez by facing Eddie Van Kirk. But even after over a year of inactivity, Macho time marches on. Camacho, a three-time world champion, still undefeated in the eyes of the WBO. However, the Nevada State Athletic Commission considers him 40-1, stemming from his first meeting with Greg Haugen, which Haugen won by decision. A ruling overturned by the WBO after Haugen failed a post-fight drug test. That aside, let's get into Camacho's style in and out of the ring. In his prime, many felt that the Macho Man had the fastest hands in boxing, but Bobby Ches, what about today?
Well, certainly his hand speed and his foot speed, they're still there. He's been in the gym. He's been off for a long time, and he's fighting a little heavier than normal, 148 pounds. I think he got everything worked out in the gym. He'll be himself.
Yeah, he's been out for over a year. Will conditioning be a major factor?
Well, most fighters take care of the conditioning in the gym. They spend 1, 2, 3, 4 months in the gym if they have to get it worked out. I think he's done that. He's talked about sparring on a regular basis with some good fighters. I think he's ready.
Well, Camacho is extremely pumped about the prospect of meeting Chavez in September. Could he fall into that dreaded looking ahead trap tonight?
I really don't think fighters of that caliber, the Chavezes, the Camachos, they're not going to do that type of thing. They're going to prepare well, because without that preparation, without that care on what's at hand tonight, down the road doesn't come.
What about the hype and showmanship side of Hector Camacho? Some call it colorful, others call it obnoxious. What does Bobby Ches think?
Bobby Ches thinks he is a very flamboyant man that can pull it off. Hector does it. I still think he's a very likable guy. Certainly throws a few antics in that some people don't like. Boxing is more of a man's man game, but he makes it a little fun.
What do you expect against Eddie Van Kirk tonight?
Well, I talked to Van Kirk earlier, and he swears he's in the best shape he's ever been in, and they always say that, but we'll see. He's going to have to pressure him. I expect him to try and go to the body and wear him out, maybe get him to stand and fight with him a little bit, but we'll see. He's got his work cut out for him.
All right, we're getting set for our first fight, closing in on our #1 bout of the evening, a southpaw, Hector Camacho, tuning up for his September showdown with Julio Cesar Chavez against Eddie Van Kirk. And here is Eddie Van Kirk, an erratic pro career preceded by an interesting amateur stint, including a win over former Olympic gold medalist Jerry Page and a 1-point loss to current IBF junior welterweight champ Pernell Whitaker. Eddie Van Kirk in the ring, awaiting the biggest opportunity of his life. Some believe the most dangerous fighter in the world is one who has nothing to lose. And certainly Eddie Van Kirk tonight looking to play the role of spoiler against the Macho Man. Hector Macho Camacho, the 3-time world champion, owns the second longest winning streak among active fighters behind Julio Cesar Chavez. Camacho says signing to fight Chavez in September has given him back his motivation to fight. And the Macho Man always brings out the mixed reaction. This is the big crowd here at the Hilton. And the Macho Man always brings out the mixed reaction from the crowd. You get the sense there is a theme to his antics tonight. Following the long layoff, Camacho says the hunger, the desire is back. His first desire to become a 3-time world champ, he did that. His desire right now is to beat Chavez. Let's see how they stack up to the tail of the tape. Camacho at 30. Van Kirk turned 29 this past Monday. At 5'8", Van Kirk has the inch-and-a-half height advantage. Both are 148. This is the heaviest Camacho has ever been, and that's 8 pounds more than what is expected against Chavez in September, and the reach 2-inch advantage for the Macho Man. The Nevada rules, 10-point must system. 3 judges scoring the fight, no standing 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. So here at the Las Vegas Hilton, we're getting set for this matchup of super lightweights, Hector Macho Camacho and Eddie Van Kirk. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the beautiful Las Vegas Hilton as Don King Productions in association with the Las Vegas Hilton present the Triple Crown Showdown. At this time, we bring to you the first of our 3 featured bouts of the evening, a super lightweight featured attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Presenting the judges at ringside for this bout, we have Bill Graham, Dave Moretti, and Paul Smith, and the referee in charge from Las Vegas, Nevada, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing black trunks with red, white, and blue trim, and fighting out of Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at 148 pounds, and he enters the ring with a record of 26 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws with 13 wins by way of knockout. Welcome the fighter known as Speedy, Eddie Van Kirk. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round special attraction. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with multicolored trim, fighting out of the Osage Reservation in Florida by way of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He weighed in the same weight of 148 pounds. His record includes 40 victories, no defeats, and 1 no contest with 17 wins by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the #2 super lightweight contender by the WBC. Welcome to 3-time world champion, the undefeated Hector Macho Camacho. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Joe Cortez.
Hector, come in. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
A non-title affair between Hector Camacho and Eddie Van Kirk, scheduled for 10, a matchup of super lightweights. Camacho, coming in at 148 pounds, told us he didn't think the extra weight would slow him down. There was a rumor that he injured his elbow. Well, he told us that while sparring recently with Obakar, he threw a left, extending the elbow, and it snapped, but he said it is absolutely no problem now.
It looks like he's standing a little different than his normal style of moving, trying to get the straight left hand across. The weight doesn't look bad on him, but I wonder what it'll take out him bringing it back down 8 pounds.
He says he's not really overly concerned with his conditioning. He's happy he took the year off. He got to regroup, refill his tank, and get back that hunger.
He mentioned, too, that emotionally he thinks he needed a break from the game and just take some time off, and I think that's helped him.
Meanwhile, Eddie Van Kirk, out of Baltimore, Maryland, took this fight on about 2 weeks' notice, and he gets tagged with a swift combination to the head. Van Kirk went down to 1 knee.
He got caught coming in. He never saw the punch.
Gets the 8 count from referee Joe Cortez. Here in the first round, Van Kirk is in trouble. He is a blue-collar fighter. He is not a quitter. He is a bleeder. And he is getting a barrage from Camacho. Camacho.
He said he wanted to make a fight of it, make him go fight his fight. Certainly, Camacho's obliged him. It's not working out at all for him.
He said he would like to get Camacho in a brawl. Well, he has.
He certainly has, and he's getting the bad end of the stick right now.
Usually that's something that's difficult to do, Bobby, as you know, because Camacho likes to move around so much. He is not a standstill puncher, but so far Eddie Van Kirk is getting the worst of this dude.
He mentioned that he was doing some things in the gym, working on standing and getting a straight left with a little more power, and I'm sure the weight has helped him a little bit here as well.
And against a southpaw like Camacho, he said he'll try to go with a straight hand and a double hook. Bobby, what methods do you try to use to combat a southpaw?
Well, with a southpaw, a lot of times a straight right hand and a left hook to the body does work, but it depends on the style of the southpaw. With this type of guy, you probably have to push him back more, be a little more of a street fighter, rough him up a little bit, but you have to work the body and take the legs away.
40 seconds remaining in a very tough first round for Eddie Van Kirk, who took 26 stitches on his head 2 fights ago against the veteran Edwin Kirk. So he told us that, yes, his cut man will have his work cut out for him.
He mentioned that the most important punch today was going to be his jab. Jab, jab in, and he has not been doing that.
Yes, he told us he'll look to jab from the first round on, try to slow Camacho down and also work the body. But round 1 has belonged to the Macho Man. As we head for the bell.
Well, here we see the knockdown coming up. Van Kirk's on his way in, gets countered with a left hand. He never sees it, down to his knees. From another angle, the same situation. Here he comes in, gets countered, never sees it, heads up in the air. The chin gets snapped back, down on his knees again. One more time from another side. Camacho slips as he always does, good speed. And again, when you get caught looking, sometimes the effects are devastating.
Round 2. As Van Kirk survives a knockdown in the opening round. Eddie Van Kirk had a good amateur career, as we mentioned earlier, also a former standout high school quarterback who was too small to play college football. He was recruited by West Virginia University.
I've watched Eddie fight before, and he's a tough kid, a gritty kid, but I think he underestimated the amount of power that Camacho still has.
And Camacho told me why he wasn't motivated during that year-plus layoff. He said the Mancinis, the Brambles, the Rosarios, they lost. No super purses to be motivated by. He said, I had everything to lose and nothing to gain. Signing to fight Chavez has revitalized Macho Camacho.
Well, I'll tell you what, he will have his hands full next month with that one.
And there is some bad blood between Camacho and Chavez. Earlier this week, Chavez said, I want to shut his mouth up and quiet him for good, adding, the Camacho fight is the most important fight of my career and the most important in Mexico. Chavez said all of Mexico hates Camacho.
I suspect there's a big rivalry with the Spanish-speaking world here, and it's going to be all on the line in a month.
That'll be a big pay-per-view event, September the 12th, right here in Las Vegas between Camacho and Chavez. So things have settled down a bit here after that frenetic pace of round 1, most of the punishment being administered by Hector Macho Camacho.
The Macho Man is still moving a lot less than he normally does. He's still standing a little more, punching a little more. I'm not sure if it's the weight. I'm not sure if it's his new technique or style.
I get the feeling we'll find out from the mouth of Camacho after the fight.
Well, he's not shy. He'll tell you about it.
Meanwhile, Van Kirk boldly told us yesterday, this is a tune-up for me. Pretty cocky. The fact that they're already selling tickets for Chavez Camacho doesn't bother me. Yes, they did go on sale beginning today. He said, I want to be the spoiler. It's worth the risk. and really it is for a guy like Van Kirk.
Well, certainly he has nothing to lose. No one expects him to win. He doesn't have that type of record or that type of real ability. And here he's in a situation to be an incredible spoiler. He's constantly trying to throw that right hand and catch Camacho with it, but Camacho's leaning out, he's rocking, he's firing back, and now I think I see a cut over Van Kirk's eye.
There's a good left hand by Camacho, which snapped Van Kirk's head back. And blood from above the right eye of Van Kirk. He did tell us he's a bleeder.
Now listen, let's don't do that when I'm working on the side, huh? Okay. He's got a pretty good cut, so don't, you know, let me work on it. Go ahead, John, do whatever you have to do.
How you doing, Aiden? Can you see out of that eye okay? Yeah. Okay.
Agua. Ya no tienes que buscar otro lado.
Right? Put a flurry of punches together. You hit him real fast and come right back real fast. Just stay busy on him.
Jálate para atrás y vuelve con esta mano recta.
Está cortado, Judy.
Hey, come on, Mark. Let's go. Put it together.
Well, we'll see if they've managed to control the cut above the right eye of Eddie Van Kirk as we enter round 3, scheduled for 10. Hector Camacho floored Eddie Van Kirk in the first round. He has always felt that his power was underrated, particularly after he stopped Bazooka Limon in the 5th round in 1983 to win the WBC Super Featherweight title.
I think sometimes just pure speed generates power, especially if you catch a man on the way in. It doubles the impact, and he has that kind of power with his speed. He's kind of sharp punching, but not real heavy-handed, destructive power.
That was the best punch of the night by Eddie Van Kirk, but didn't seem to have much effect.
Well, he's got what he wanted. He's got him on the ropes, and he is swinging and getting swung at, so we'll see. He's got what he's asked for.
And that, of course, gets the crowd going. Camacho, a self-described scientific counterpuncher. As Eddie Van Kirk backs Camacho into the ropes, but you get the feeling that Camacho knows exactly what he's doing here and is in total control.
Eddie Van Kirk expressed to me earlier that he knows he's a huge underdog, that the probability of his winning is remote, but that even if he could just look very impressive, it can boost his career.
Camacho, incidentally, on the subject of power, has not had a knockout since October of 1988. Going for the KO there.
Yeah, he has. He's loaded up quite a few times. He's throwing his left hand better than I've seen him do in a long time. But when you have the likes of a Chavez in front of you, will it be the same? Will it even hit him?
We'll find out on September the 12th if they cooperate tonight by winning, Chavez and Camacho.
Big right hand to the body, 2 in a row, 3 in a row. And Van Kirk is doing what he set out to do.
Van Kirk boring in, digging into the body.
He's going all out with that right hand. He's really trying really hard.
Well, Van Kirk has what he told us he wanted, a street fight, a brawl.
Big right hand again, and he landed it clean. He's making every attempt to get that right hand in, over the top, underneath. I'm impressed with at least his guts at the very least.
Well, he's got the heart, there's no question about that. He is trained by Tony Longo, who had 87 fights himself, and he went 10 rounds with Willie Pep. He was known for his heart, and he has passed that on down to Eddie Van Kirk.
Let's go, come on, let's go, let's go. Watch your head this side, watch your head.
Combination by Camacho.
Van Kirk is out right now. He is out. He is in an awful lot of trouble. More than when he was knocked down before.
Relentless attack here by Hector Camacho. Oh, brother, at the bell. The ropes saved Van Kirk. And the crowd all over Camacho for hitting after the bell.
2 of those shots were very clean and after the bell.
Hey, sit in here, buddy. You all right? Okay, I'm here to protect you. I don't want y'all taking any unnecessary punishment. You start taking serious punishment, I'm going to stop this fight. I'm here to protect you, buddy. All right, bro.
Let's not only look, but take a listen to the end of that frantic round. As we begin round 4, oh, is Eddie Van Kirk taking a beating? And Camacho picks up where he left off in round 3 and then some, even after round 3.
As if things weren't bad enough for him, getting hit twice clean after the bell couldn't have helped the situation.
But Van Kirk just shaking it off and saying in his corner, I'm all right. He didn't even complain about it. He is game, I'll tell you that.
Well, you know, he's cut over the other eye now, too, and he's trying hard. It'd be interesting to see if this fight gets into the later rounds, just how much that he can keep pushing with this.
I think Camacho realizes now here in the beginning stages of round 4 that, you know, there's no question he's got more skills than this guy, but he knows he's up against a courageous fighter.
He's just sitting now and he's waiting on him. He's hitting him at will with what he wants. This fight is all but over.
And down goes Van Kirk for the second time of the fight. It's all over. At the count of 4, Joe Cortez waves it up.
He wasn't getting up.
And look at that face as Camacho celebrates. Eddie Van Kirk is down and out and bloody. The first knockout for Hector Camacho since October of 1988. And he is now 41-0, 1-no contest, 18 KOs. And let's just hope that Van Kirk is okay. The chants of Chavez from the crowd here, taunting Camacho.
Well, we're basically in Chavez territory.
I think everywhere is Chavez territory.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Meanwhile, Camacho just shakes it off and says, I got another one in the books. And has to feel good about his tune-up for Chavez September the 12th.
He enjoys inciting the crowd.
The man they love to hate, right?
Get up some more. Do your shit.
Good, better, and different. Just spell it right and pronounce it right.
Yeah. He does. He thrives on these situations.
What time is it? Watch out time.
Yeah, I know he did. Okay.
Don't blow your nose, Eddie.
How about see right here?
Bobby will take a look at the closing stages of the fight.
Well, as you'll see in a little bit, he just lined him up. He's hitting with the left hand. He sits on him. He waits on him. And there was the final one. He came in again, the left hand dead across.
Get up on the rope.
Van Kirk is still very hurt here, and the Macho Man just timing him. It's just a matter of time. One more time, comes in again, right into the left hand, down and out for the count. I don't think he would have beat the count anyway.
Spitting blood as he's on the canvas.
Well, Camacho certainly demonstrated more power tonight, but again, against a different caliber fighter, where he can stand and trade, whereas I don't think he can do the same with Chavez.
And Eddie Van Kirk is still sitting on the stool near the center of the ring, giving the high sign, saying he's all right.
He's got a lot of heart and a lot of pride. You have to admire him for that.
He was just surgically taken apart by the Macho Man tonight. Hector Camacho, who wins by TKO officially in the books in the 4th round. So Hector Macho Camacho, 3-time world champion, is giving the fans the business, isn't he? Let's get the official time from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 1 minute, 3 seconds in round number 4. The referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Hector Macho Camacho.
So Hector Camacho has done his part for the September 12th showdown. Now it's up to Julio Cesar Chavez to complete the equation. Big crowd here at the Hilton Center, awaiting Julian the Hawk Jackson as the WBC middleweight champion makes final preparations in his dressing room. Jackson will be making his 4th title defense tonight against Thomas Ice T. Tate. The Hawk will also be looking to continue his impressive knockout streak. Very calm in that locker room right now. And here at the Hilton Center in Las Vegas, we're set for the post-fight interviews. Big cluster in the center of the ring as we get set for Steve Farhood, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. Steve is standing by, so let's shoot it upstairs at this moment. Steve?
Macho Camacho, we got blood, knockdowns. Is this new Hector Camacho? What's going on here?
Well, that happens when you get a family to take care of me. Duva didn't take care of me. He kept me frozen, and I'm glad he did, because I got frustrated enough to lay low and wait till the grandpa comes around to take care of me.
In this fight, Hector, it looked pretty obvious that you were trying to finish this guy right away. You came at him in the first round.
Well, you know, now that all the traction's on me again, it gives me that motivation that was lacking off. Duva kept me sterile. He was concentrating on his goddamn champions, like you name them. He got some more, but we got what it takes. Free Mike Tyson. Forget about the nonsense. We all seen what happened. The fight is on. Chavez, the fight is on.
All right, Hector, let's take a look at the monitor here. We
I
have...
don't want to look at it. It's over. Chavez.
Here's the first knockdown. First round. What happened?
I don't know what happened. I was nervous.
Take a look.
I don't know. All I see him going down. Poor guy, he's all right. I don't know. I don't commentate, you know.
All right, this is the end of the fight, Hector.
Well, I said I was going to come out fiery. There it goes, you know. I don't know.
You couldn't miss him with left hand.
Yeah, I might even be outgrowing the junior welterweights. You know, I felt stronger, more relaxed.
Well, you're not going to outgrow the junior welterweights before September 12th.
No, it's on. The hit is on. Let's do it again. Take off your glasses, homeboy. Let's do it again.
Hector, you've been away for a while. Is this the kind of fight you wanted before Chavez?
This is the kind of fight I want to fight. You know, I like when I come in. And they all boo me because they all know who's the man. They see me all over the hotels. They drive me crazy. Don, the promoter, got to be in front of the door to keep people away. And they all boo me. It's because they love me uncontroversial. It's not true.
Hector, thank you very much. And now back to Steve Albert at ringside.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Steve Farhood being challenged to a fight by the Macho Man. Unbelievable, Hector Camacho. But Camacho displaying power as he stops Eddie Van Kirk in the 4th round. And the Las Vegas Hilton here, the scene for tonight's triple header on Showtime Championship Boxing. Coming up next, 2-time world champion Julian the Hawk Jackson is hoping to make Thomas Tate his next knockout victim.
What happens with the knockout punch is that the body state of alertness is automatically stopped. The nerve impulses that keep our mental alertness, our muscles intact, stop firing, and you have the collapse of the knockout.